That's awesome. And if you've had a prostatitis, Sam, listen to the No New Friends podcast. Chris likes to talk about it.
We'll break it down.
And he will spread that segment.
Oh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Archive podcast, the podcast about everything that you got picked on when you were little, and now you feel safe about it. We do. So tonight we have a special guest. We have Chris Yobb from the No New Friends podcast.
Yeah, I got picked on for my height growing up, and you guys have not talked about height yet, so I'm still waiting on that episode. But I'm really happy to be here with you guys. Love the show. Excited to engage in some nerdy conversations.
That's awesome. We'll make sure that we don't talk about it on the episode. Right. I know that's cool. Hey, listen, it's a touchy subject, and I don't know if you're short-tempered. All right. So tell us a little about the No New Friends podcast. What do you guys do there?
So the No New Friends podcast, you can find us anywhere. You go on nonewfriendspodcast.com. We're streaming on all major platforms. Scott likes to, our host, likes to post weird TikToks. If you're into that kind of stuff, you can check that out on TikTok. We're a podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. What does that mean? We kind of it's a satirical podcast on life, essentially. The stuff that, people are uncomfortable to talk about, we talk about. Growing up, raising kids. Not myself yet, and I hope not. But Scott and Mary,
the growing up part or the kids?
Both, actually. I don't grow up or have kids. So, but Scott and Mary talk a lot about their kids. We talk about, embarrassing doctor visits. We nothing is off limits, and it's just three good friends talking about life. And we have fun segments we do each week. It's a fun listen, and I encourage anyone who hasn't listened to it to give us a shot.
That's awesome. And if you've had a prostatitis, Sam, listen to the No New Friends podcast. Chris likes to talk about it.
We'll break it down.
And he will spread that segment.
Have you guys been having problems with Riverside at all with delays?
Yes.
Okay. We've been having that problem for the last couple of weeks, and you get that email from the whoever.
Yeah, the CEO, yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's cleared up now, but that was, oh my gosh, really, really annoying.
Yeah, last week, it was weird because it wouldn't be the whole recording.
Right.
It'd be, sometimes it's on point, but then, and then sometimes it's off. Like I would say something and people already were answering to that question before I was done answering or asking it. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Oh man, it's driving me nuts.
Reading your minds, bro.
We know. Reading your mind, yeah. Mutants in there.
We were looking for other streaming platforms even because it was that bad for like a couple weeks. But there's nothing that beats Riverside with the separated tracks and the what really is the what's it called, the local recording. Nobody else offers that.
So they're a great platform. It's just when they have issues, you can't go somewhere else because you're so used to them.
Exactly.
And that's on purpose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And going back to reading minds, Yadi and I were playing Warzone the other day, and he actually brought it up. He said, sometimes I screw up Lewis's jokes because I say it before he does because I know what he's about to say.
Yeah, I just jumped the gun. Sorry.
And I'm like, God damn it. Yes. I know you understand it. Just shut up. Just shut up.
I'm assuming it's more fun to like jump the gun and screw you up.
Of course. He loves it.
I get it.
So for today, I was going through all the rumors that have been going on, and it's just not Marvel, but DC and other stuff, so video games and things like that. The one that I think is the most important in our nerdy world is the whole Ezra Miller debacle. And I think that actually, for what I've read, even though it's a rumor, but I think that they might move forward with this, is actually scrapping the movie and restarting. Yeah.
Warner has said that,
Really good idea.
scrapping the whole thing and starting over from scratch is on the table at this point. And there has been word from Ezra Miller himself that he is looking to get himself better, I guess, after a lot
getting
of this
help.
whole shit. But yeah, getting help. But at this point,
It's too late.
with everything that's happened, I think it might be too little, too late.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
well,
it's not gonna work now.
the first time they said this was about 2 weeks ago, and what Warner Bros. Said that it was, if you get help, we can release a statement that you're getting help, and that we'll move forward with the movie. But I think what I think happened, maybe he took too long, and maybe he didn't respond the way that they wanted to, and they just said, you know what, screw you, we're just gonna scrap it, because if we keep anything that you're in, we're gonna have to pay you. So if we scrap it, we don't.
Well, not just that, but imagine the backlash that they're gonna get from releasing the movie.
And they're already screwing everything up
after all he's done.
How good is this movie for them to, you know what I mean? Like, this movie's got to be one of the best movies of all time. For Ezra Miller to be like arrested every 3 days and then just be like, just give him some time. Give him some time to get better.
Well, I think it would have been very close to what the MCU is doing with their biggest hits, because they were going into the whole multiverse too. And I think what had everyone excited wasn't just there was the Flash, but the storyline that they were going to follow with the Flashpoint. And not only that, but bringing Michael Keaton back. I think that's what had everyone attached. It's like thinking that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were going to be in Spider-Man. That's what had people like on the edge of their seat. Are they going to be there? Are they not? And we didn't really know until we saw that last final trailer where they messed up and released like a half a second longer in Brazil, and it blew up. Did they really think it wasn't going to get over here?
I know, right? They had to have known. They just wanted to sneak something. Hey, it made for good press, and all press is good press, you know?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
have you guys read the Flashpoint comic, like the series at all?
Yes. And the movie, too. The animated movie was very good.
I haven't watched the movie, but Flashpoint, I didn't start reading comic books until like, oh my gosh, maybe within the past 5 years. Just never into them because I was too overwhelmed by where do I start. So Flashpoint seemed like a good place to, just to read that little story. And to this day, I've read a good amount of comics since then. That's my favorite, one of my favorite comics ever. So I was super excited when they greenlit the movie. And Ezra's just got oh my gosh, it's just, it's crazy to me what's going on. And then the fact they just scrapped Batgirl. So for them to scrap this movie is really not, out of the realm of possibility, which sucks.
Oh, no doubt.
Right. And I think that if you like the comic book, you're going to love the movie, because anything that came after Flashpoint movie is related to it. It's a whole big series. But what I was saying is all the other movies it's a big series. You can actually watch them all on the same day, and it's one big story. And it all ends with I think it's called Justice League War, Apocalypse War. And because it's a two-parter, it's War and then War Apocalypse. The first one they fight on Earth, and then the second one they bring the war to Apocalypse. And the whole movie is, do not watch it with kids. You see Wonder Woman getting her arms ripped off.
Oh,
and
man,
it's brutal, man. Well, never mind. I was going to spoil something on Flashpoint, but it's gruesome too. It's gruesome. Like,
this is a cartoon.
It's an animated movie, yes.
I was going to say, how long has this been out?
About 6 years.
Huh.
Well, then, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but 6 years? Why are you worried about spoilers now?
Well, for you guys, not for our listeners. You know what? Screw it. The way that the movie ends is because it's not Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne gets killed instead of his parents, and his mom turns into the Joker, and his dad turns into Batman. But he uses guns, he kills people, and it's I hate that I'm going to say it like this, but it's incredible. Like really,
I need to now.
yeah.
Like,
but
before adults.
oh,
I have
yeah.
a question.
What?
Do they stay married?
No,
Do they know
they're-
that their identity?
Well, they know each other's identity, but they also are they're enemies because of that. It's because she
Okay.
loses it.
Got it.
She sees her kid die in front of her, and the scene
Oh,
yeah.
where she turns into the Joker is literally right there when that happens, and
Gotcha.
it's the whole story is fantastic, and thanks to Daddy Wayne, is why why the reason that Flash is able to go back. He shoots Reverse Flash in the head, and it's so here's the funny part, or I hate that I said that way, but you see Reverse Flash talking to Flash saying you're done, you lost, whatever, and all of a sudden you hear a gunshot, and when they pan up to Reverse Flash, he's got a hole
Yep.
in his head, and all you can
seen that.
see is Batman behind him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, like this movie's crazy, and that's obviously I don't think that that's what they were going with the live action, but if it's anything remotely close, that's why it's such a big movie. It's
Selfishly, I
fun.
hope we still get it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I listen. There was I think it was a DC episode that we said, you know what, screw it, just launch it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
man. Selfishly, I don't care. I'll still watch it because I need that movie.
So hopefully, whoever they pick here's the thing: if they do pick somebody, the rumor is that they're going to pick Grant Gustin.
I wouldn't hate
And-
that at all.
No, not so. I kind of, I'm glad that this happened to Ezra Miller in a way, but here we are, and everyone said, "Why are you casting someone else as Flash when you've had this guy playing him for 4 or 5 years at the time?"
Well, too.
And he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think that we might get what we've been wishing for. So I'm excited.
They can
Hopefully.
also switch some of the
Yeah.
parts with him. Like he can react some of the parts that they can actually do.
That's what I said.
You know, the
on that
fixing.
DC, yeah.
But
Right.
Possibilities are endless
Right.
when it comes to changing
there's
time and all
technology
that.
for it.
You were saying something about why didn't they cast Grant Gustin from the start in the DC extended universe, and I think it has a lot to do with separating the universes because the Arrowverse and all that has been separate from the DCEU for a good while. So I think they're wanting to keep that separate. So if they do scrap this and cast Grant Gustin, I think I highly doubt they're going to make mention of anything from the Arrowverse because it's still going to be. I think it's still going to be separate.
Right. But take it, Lola. I know that you want to say it.
Yeah, he's Ezra Miller is in one of the episodes in his Flash show. They meet and they touch hands.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's-
that one. That one-off. I think. That was that one-off event, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I've seen that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that.
So I think that they might be able to.
Sorry, I forgot
Yeah,
the
I think
name.
they might be able to maybe connect it through that. So
Yeah,
Right.
They
I
could,
don't know.
yeah.
Although you guys have a lot of faith in DC, they couldn't even take a mustache off
I
of
don't.
off of Henry Cavill. Well, I don't know if they could
Oh,
retrofit Grant
yeah.
Gustin
Which
in
is-
there.
That was horrible.
which is funny because they've done this twice. They did it with Henry Cavill, and they did it in the Batman series in the 60s because the guy that played the Joker, Mr. Romero,
Yeah.
he was playing. He was doing, I think, soap operas at the time, and he was a regular. So, and his character had a mustache. So what they did is they painted over the mustache, and you can obviously this is the '60s.
Now
but
we can see it.
Now we can see it.
That's so funny.
It's hilarious.
I got to look that one up. Maybe they should have
Caesar
painted over
Romero.
Henry Cavill. It might have looked better.
Yeah, I think so.
It would have.
It's just funny how they have to make these decisions. Oh, come on. Henry Cavill knew that he was going to be filming this movie. There's no way that he signed for a movie and they told him, you got to have a mustache. And the day after shooting, okay, we're going to start filming Superman.
I think he was
But
filming.
it's the 21st century. We have fake
too.
mustaches that look
That too.
real.
Like,
We
why-
can just
Why didn't
attach
they do
it,
that?
shave it off, attach a fake one.
That's funny.
They sell them at Halloween stores.
At Halloween Spirit, they have them every corner.
Yeah. They have, and they look
Wherever
real.
a Publix closes, they can find one.
Yeah.
So yeah, no man.
One of the fake ones I've
you guys,
seen have looked
you
like
guys have
crap.
anything else on this?
Speaking about Superman, there's a
Yes.
rumor that he will play not rumor, but it's a thing that he's gonna play the Marvel
Yes.
version of Superman. They
Yes,
want him to.
That would be
Hyperion.
really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that I don't know how I feel about that. I said now these rumors are getting out of hand. Is what I posted.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I think that was attached to. Yeah, I think that was attached to the link where because I didn't really look into that because I think was that just a picture or was that like an actual article?
It was it was a post from Marvel Memeverse. I mean,
I gotcha. Yeah, because it was something. Yeah, it was something
Just
about
fans making things up.
Hyperion. Hyperion being in
in
Loki season 2, and then which literally
yeah.
was like 2 hours after I posted the link to the article where I guess they leaked that. Well, they didn't leak the name of the villain, but they were saying that the villain that they had selected for Loki season 2 would quote break the internet. Or the
I thought it was
actor
Wreck-It
they
Ralph.
chose, or the actor they chose. So
Right.
it's like maybe all this stuff is connected, but apparently
See, but I feel like
no.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I feel like Henry Cavill is too big for a 6-part TV show. You know what I mean?
it depends on how much Marvel is going to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel guys they have
I
the
guess.
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
definitely.
not.
Yeah, they do.
But you got to think about if they're 45 minutes, 6 episodes. That's longer than a movie.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
well, unless it's Zack Snyder's cut, it's 4 hours. So.
That was hard
Yeah.
to watch.
But now that we're on Marvel, She-Hulk starts tomorrow as we're recording, but last week.
Lewis, I hope that
if you're listening.
I hope that you're because it's funny. Maybe we have the same or sharing the same wavelengths. I hope that since we're talking about rumors, I hope you're talking about the rumor. I hope you're talking about with She-Hulk,
I want to hear
the
Go for
Commodore,
it.
the Commodore ship.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Because I just looked up some stuff because I wanted to get the name right, and I'm super excited because of the rumors that we're both thinking of.
It's
tell.
Hulk's son might be in She-Hulk because in the comic books when Hulk is in what they call Planet Hulk, the movie or the comic book, he's got a son. He has a son while he's there, and the ship that they show in the trailer for She-Hulk is from that planet. So the rumor is that what's his name? Sakaar or
Sakaar. Yep.
yeah, Sakaar is his son, and he might be in there. So that I know that Daredevil is going to be in that show, but this might be bigger than
Mhm.
Daredevil.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
this
gonna be
could
a
be-
lot of cameos in that.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that show.
Oh, there'd have to be.
Like I think every episode will have a cameo, and I hope
Right.
so.
Yeah, me too.
No, for sure. Yo, Chris, have you seen Miss Marvel?
Not yet. No, that's one of the shows that I
God
just.
damn it.
It's been on the back burner for me. I can't get myself to commit to watching it yet. I'm usually good
It's-
with this stuff.
Right. It's great. And one thing that I have to point out about
Right.
this show is the culture appreciation.
I'm
Because
excited for
they-
that for sure.
Mhm.
Right. And they touch on that a lot. It's the main focus of the show.
That's awesome.
And it's accepting who you are and where you're from. And but
Mhm.
at the end, the last scene too.
I know what happens in the last scene. I do know. It was hard to.
Well,
not
you're talking
know.
about the post credit scene or the last line of the show,
Probably the last line, and then you hear the music from the.
right?
I don't know if I want to say too
Justin,
much or not. Or,
Yeah, don't,
Justin.
because I haven't seen the series
I can
yet.
He
see
hasn't-
Justin's
yeah,
mouth just
yeah.
pulling
Don't-
up.
yeah.
and
He's like, "Shut up,
closing."
shut up."
yeah. So yeah. So that's all I'll say without
No,
giving
I
anything
gotcha.
away.
Yeah,
But
no,
yes,
for me, yeah, for me, time is always a factor with my job and that. So, I understand to a point you're, not being able to commit to, sitting down and watching the series,
Yeah.
at least yet. So I'll get to it at some point. And then you said the first episode of She-Hulk is out.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
The 18th.
Gotcha.
So we're
gotcha.
recording the 17th, and this is obviously for our listeners.
Yep.
We're recording 17th, and it comes out the 18th.
Cool.
So I'm super excited about that. One thing that I'm super excited, moving on to the video game world really quick.
Ooh.
Fortnite brought Dragon Ball. And
Yep.
listen, Yadi has been trying to get me to play Fortnite for forever now.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard that Dragon Ball was going to be, and here's the funny part, Darth Vader didn't pull me into Fortnite.
Yeah, ain't that some shit?
But
He's still
what?
there though. You will have
Yeah,
to
no.
justify him.
Yeah, so fight him. I want to be him. Shit.
Well,
Right.
you will have to buy
But-
it, but yeah.
But what got me interested was the fact that you can, as Goku, you can still use his lightsaber.
yes.
And
yeah.
I saw a clip. This dude,
Yep.
he launched a Kamehameha, missed, and he's getting shot at and threw the lightsaber at the dude and won the match.
And use
That-
the force.
Yep.
Yeah, that got me. Like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
So I downloaded the game and I bought the characters already. So
Well, I'm halfway there. I finally downloaded the game. I've been so resistant to that game for the longest time. I'm just like, fuck this game. And then you said that, he's been trying to get you to download it for a while. And then obviously he's also been trying to convince me to download it as well.
Yes.
And I'm just like, because I considered it when they finally did away with building.
Yeah.
And then
right.
I think they did away with it for, what was it, like 3-4 weeks? And then they decided to keep that as its own mode. I'm like, yeah, maybe. It,
Right.
I think it could be a good alternative to Warzone. I'm still waiting at the time of this recording
Right.
on them to make a fucking decision on my account because some salty asshole decided to fucking
On
report me.
Warzone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we tried to play one night. I think it was last week. And-
yeah.
He joined my party and we tried to go into a match and it just kept looking for a match. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I thought it was me. I thought it was my internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I told him to get out. We restarted both
We
our games,
split.
and at one point I said, "You know what? Let me try entering a match by myself." And immediately went in. I'm like,
Right.
Hmm.
And then that's when
So he went on.
and that's when I went looking, for the the possible cause of it, and just started going down the list and eliminating possibilities, and that's when I found out. And I'm like, okay, let me go into support and see, and sure enough, my account's under review. So some asshole, I guess, salty at the fact that, oh my God, how could I possibly lose to this guy? Everybody has their everybody has their off days. I have them more often because I suck at the fucking game, but every once in a while I'll get somebody that would normally get me. Case in point, that TikTok that you posted, Lewis, where I managed to pull that one clutch out of my ass, and
I'm the reason. I'm sorry. It was my clip.
I don't think it was that. Like it could have been any number of people that happened to have been unlucky enough to get killed by me. Under any other circumstances, I would have been the one dying. But it's just like, okay, I happen to come out on top. You got salty about it and decided to fucking report me because, oh my God, how could he kill me? He has to be cheating. Report.
I wonder how many times he had to report it, because we report so many people. And
yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. We report ones that are blatantly fucking cheating, where you can see
like we expectate them for a minute before we start reporting.
Yeah. And it's you can see it. The blatant aimbot would snap from person to person to person as they just keep killing people, and they're getting, what is it, like 40, 50 kills in a rebirth match, where you shouldn't get anywhere near that many if you're playing legitimately. And then there's people with like
45 players. Like,
well, they keep coming back. So you
right? No, I understand that, but
I gotta guard my almost 30 kills. So
yeah, but how many times do you do that?
Once.
Right. These people average about 15 to 20 kills. Like, it makes no sense.
A lot of these,
it makes sense for the good ones, but
well, the ones that are actually good at the game, yeah. But a lot of these assholes are coming from like fresh accounts where they've already probably been banned once, twice, 3 times. They'll just create they'll just create another account and keep doing the same old shit. And either that or Ricochet, anti-cheat doesn't even freaking see it, and you have to manually report it, and then half the time it takes forever for them to do anything, and then
if it actually works,
that shit won't work.
Yeah, just all they did was put a logo on the beginning screen, and that was it. So and it's stupid. If it was because of me, I'm sorry, but I doubt it.
I highly doubt it. I'm just gonna. I check into it every day to see if they've changed the status on my account, and I'm gonna see, because whether or not I buy the next Modern Warfare and then Warzone 2, I think is gonna be a thing at some point. It's gonna be determined by what they decide to do with my account. If they hand me a temporary ban, I'm just like, okay, fuck it, whatever. I'll just deal with it, sit out however long they decide. But if it's a permanent ban, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I'll appeal it. But if they decide, you know what, we're just going to uphold it, then guess what? Fuck you, Activision.
All they have to do is look at our KD and they'll be okay.
That's what I'm saying. I fucking suck. Like, what the hell? Like, I will admit it. I suck. But like I said, every once in a while, I'll have my moments where I will pull some crazy plays out of my ass and just
listen. Okay, so I know it sucks, but let's bring something up that people relate to your case, and it sucks like a motherfucker. But one thing that people are excited about in the video game world is the fact that now you can play Spider-Man on PC. Yes. And for the longest time, for years, it's been a PlayStation exclusive. And as of last week, it is also PC. So immediately the day it came out, I bought it. I'm like, I'm doing this because I'm a Spider-Man fan. So once I saw that,
started already playing it.
Yeah, that day.
In what difficulty? Do you want all the way to the?
No, I'm going to wait for the last one when I start streaming it, because I haven't played the Spider-Man game in forever, so I want to get used to the controls and all that.
Now, like if you get used to it in the easy difficulty, it's gonna get harder. Like,
Well, I didn't put it on the
100%.
easy. I put it
I'm
in
just
the medium, right?
explaining
But
that
right.
if that's the case, you're gonna see a big difference, and you're gonna get frustrated a tiny bit.
Good.
Just gotta
The
practice.
viewers are gonna love that. Me getting frustrated on stream.
I generally,
Motherfucker.
yeah, I generally go with the medium difficulty just to, just to kind of get my feet wet. And if I'm streaming it, I'll do it with on medium difficulty just to because I want to experience the story, and that's generally what I do when I'm streaming. If
Right.
it's like a story-based game, it's like I don't want to get too frustrated and have half the stream me going, it's like, fuck, shit, what the fuck, come on, like I'd rather,
Right.
I'd rather have fun with the game and have fun with the viewers and stuff like that, instead of just getting endlessly frustrated and,
I had fun. I played it
on that one.
I played it right at the I started at the last difficulty just because I'm not because I'm used to it, because the game is different than what I played like 10 years ago, and I feel like it was not bad to start it in the last one. It's a challenge, and I like challenges. If not, I'm gonna get bored.
The most
Right.
the most challenging part for me with because I played that Spider-Man game when I had my PS4 was not the gameplay but the aesthetic, because if I was wearing the wrong suit during a cutscene, I'd have to restart the mission because I had to put on the right suit to set the right mood during these fights and stuff. There's too many options, and if I'm talking to someone and I look like the vibe is off, I got to restart the mission. I got to get into the Iron Spider.
No,
suit,
I get that.
or, you know what I mean? Too many options for me.
I love how easy they made it to change it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I chose also the medium level difficulty so I can. I just want to choose. Right now, I'm just looking at the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm switching what suit looks better, and the first thing I saw was Tobey Maguire's suit, and I'm like, okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna use that one, and then the Amazing suit, I'm gonna use that one. So I played it 2 days, and I defeat obviously the first boss, and I've already tried all the suits. Like at this point, I think that the game for me is just a fashion show than anything else.
Yep.
Is it like you're playing Sims, just changing clothes?
Yeah, it's like
building things?
GTA. I used to do the exact same thing. As soon as I finish the game, okay, let's go buy some clothes and just walk around and run over some prostitutes.
Let's get kicked out. That's the best part.
And then take their money because I run them over after that.
Now speaking about GTA and customizations, there was no better game for customizations growing up for me anyway than Saints Row. And I don't know if you guys ever played Saints Row, but Saints Row's coming out a new version, and I think 5 days from now. I think it's August 23rd or 22nd. I'm not sure. Super excited for that. Talking about fashion and stuff. You got to pick your gang color. It's 2022, so I don't know how far they're going to go with the gangs this time. But you get to pick your gang color and your gang signs and stuff. I'm really excited for that one.
I know for a fact that they're going to have pride colors because I know they will.
I would be the first to be the Pride gang.
That is a
That
gang.
would be a badass gang.
Yeah.
That's what Scott was wearing yesterday on the Creators Club. So
he wanted me to design a Pride one. I whipped that up.
That one, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it turned out pretty clean.
Nice.
I liked it a lot, and I'm like, oh, that's I like it.
That'll be what my Saints Row character's wearing day one, release day one.
That game's
You're gonna stream it.
That game's actually got me fairly interested, and here's the thing though, I've never played any of the other Saints Row games, shockingly enough. So, and here's it's got co-op on it as well.
Does it?
I believe so.
I don't know much about the game.
I saw it on the Epic Store. I'm not sure if it's on Steam, but I saw it on Epic.
Yeah, I'll be buying it for sure.
It looks pretty cool. I saw it when I downloaded Fortnite.
Yeah.
I saw the order now, and and wait. I'm like, I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Dane from Big Beautiful Diz. If you're not familiar with my channel already, I do videos about theme parks, historical videos, interviews with people from the theme park community or people that have worked in or with a theme park. I give my opinions, plus I review the latest Disney, Marvel, or Pixar movie. So head over to youtube.com/c/bigbeautifuldiz and hit that red subscribe button. I'll see you over there, everyone.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Remy, from Remy's Roundtable, alongside my dangerous co-host, Scott, my lovely wife, Jen, and also a familiar face. We have Lewis on our program. Remy's Roundtable is a podcast for everybody who would like to know what's happening in the beautiful state of Florida. We cover your theme park updates, your Florida topics as well, but mostly we cover your theme park rumors and your updates at the Orlando theme park. We're found on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you'd like to become a member of our Roundtable family, just head on over to patreon.com/Remy's Roundtable. And now, back to this episode of the Nerd Archive podcast on all podcasting platforms.
Just circling back to Fortnite real quick, since you just brought it up again, I forgot to bring this up, is you know how The Rock's just such a good promoter? Like, he could star in the worst movie ever, but the way he promotes it, it's like, oh, I need to see this movie. Fortnite's like the same thing. Like, Fortnite has hyped up this Dragon Ball Z collab so much. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z a day in my life. And I bought the Nimbus glider. I bought that naked cat guy.
Beerus. Put some respect.
And I got that turtle shell on my back with the staff. And I'm Kamehameha-ing everybody, flying around on my Nimbus. And I'm totally invested in Dragon Ball Z now.
Well,
Nice.
good.
That's a start.
I posted a meme on our group, and it's Goku and Vegeta talking, and says, "Hey Vegeta, how do you build again?" No, Kakarot. The storm is getting closer.
I'm new to anime. I'm starting to get my feet wet into anime. I just started my first anime the other day.
Which one?
Japanese anime, anyway. My Hero Academia, I think it is.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm an episode and a half in, because I like superhero stuff. So I figured that'd be a good introduction to anime for me, because I did watch that anime Invincible, which is an American one. But I really enjoyed that and the styles and stuff. So I figured I'd try to do that. And I want to get into Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. But Fortnite's definitely pushing me towards that even more, just because I'm getting those characters shoved down my throat.
Challenge accepted. How I will help you on that. I'm trying to get Lola to start, but if you are looking for action driven, start with Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. If you are looking for
Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
So if you were looking for comedy and still have some action in the mix, Dragon Ball is the way, because Dragon Ball it's the original anime, very, very comical and like, I don't know if you ever watched Jackie Chan movies, like his Chinese versions, they were very comical and funny. But obviously they were action packed. But that's the Eastern side of movie style. They do a lot of comedy in action movies.
Gotcha. It's interesting.
So Dragon Ball is that. But also it helps you understand where all these characters come from too.
Right.
So,
Yep.
and Dragon Ball Z starts 4 years after Dragon Ball ends.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to. Anime's hard to get into. Like, I know that. Like, I started watching the show and I like it, but for me to just turn it on is just, I don't know. It's just such a. First of all, it's a commitment, because there's so many episodes of all these shows. So it's like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And then, but it's just such a difference in what I'm used to watching. But I'm willing to give it a shot, and I'm liking it so far. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you guys for some suggestions for sure.
Yeah, anime is something that you have to be invested, and you have to find the right one.
Yeah,
to get you into it. I was very fortunate that the first anime that I ever saw was actually I'm trying to remember the name. It was basketball. And
Really?
Oh, I remember.
yeah,
that.
it's Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk.
Yes.
Well, that's the American name, but it was pretty much. I don't know if you ever saw Shaolin Soccer, and it was a comedy like in early 2000s. So it's pretty much the same thing, but anime, and it's funny because if you think that the mouths don't move with what they're saying in English, try to watch it in Spanish, man. Like that's how I watched Pokemon for the first time.
Really?
And Dragon Ball too. But actually, Dragon Ball, I got into Dragon Ball because I saw it in Spanish. And the first time I ever saw an episode was on Toonami, and I didn't like it. It was one of those filler episodes, and I'm like, what is this? And because Dragon Ball is known for that, stretch out 5 minutes into 4 hours.
Oh gosh!
But once
They did better.
Once you become a fan, because this doesn't happen until like the third arc, which is 3-4 seasons later after it starts. So once you become a fan, you're like, okay, they're still fighting. I've been watching this every day for 3 weeks now, and they're still fighting.
Yep.
But it's fun. It's a fun show. I almost live my life because the way I live my life is because of Dragon Ball. I like to push myself because Goku did the same thing. So that's the whole debate between who would win, Superman or Goku. Superman, he has no limit, but his power is always there. He's always been that way. He just has to learn how to use it. Mm-hmm. But Goku has to train to become better than he is. And to me, that's more important because you don't want to be better than the next person. You want to be better than yourself.
Yeah.
So that's and a little motivational speaking for you guys.
Yeah, I might get that tattooed on me actually.
You should. You should.
Good quote. I like that.
I like it.
So I guess if Pokemon is an anime, I have watched anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So, talking about that, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What is your obsession with Pokemon cards now? Because I remember an episode on No New Friends podcast.
Yes.
Which obviously you are one of the co-hosts.
Yes.
You said that you weren't into them, and all of a sudden you got obsessed.
Yeah.
What happened?
So when I was younger, just like everybody else, into Pokemon, I had a lot of the base set and Fossil and Jungle and stuff like that. I have no idea where they are. They have to be in my attic. I'm a hoarder, so I have like 40 boxes in my parents' attic of all my old stuff. So it's got to be up there somewhere, but I don't know where it is, which really pisses me off because when I'm watching these now, these YouTubers, and they're saying, "Oh wow, this card, first edition is worth this much." I know I have that somewhere. But anyway, so I got addicted to watching. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my wife was out for the night, so I was drinking, watching Pokemon unboxings on YouTube. And I was watching this guy named PokeRev, and he'd have like 3 hours.
I follow him.
Okay, He actually lives near me, so like the places he goes to, I'm starting to try to track down to go to as well. So, I was literally like, Emily came home, and I was like 3 hours deep into watching these unpackings, I guess you'd say. These open up booster packs, and I was like, man, I would love to get back into this. So I couldn't even tell you when I bought my first pack. I think I bought maybe an Elite Trainer box, open up the packs. I just can't stop buying them now. And I have I just started a couple months ago. I just got back into. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of these cards now. Now that when I was younger, I had to wait for them for Christmas, for my birthday. Now that I make my own money, it's like I can just go out and buy
adult
them.
money.
Adult. So it's like, am I in crippling credit card debt? Yes, but I'm having so much fun getting to that low point.
That's the best part.
So my desk always has cards on it now because I'm always organizing. I just got in the mail today. I got I went and I bought an iconic mystery box. I spent $130 to try to get a vintage pack. Spoiler alert, didn't get one. But and I opened that mystery box up right after I got back from McDonald's, because McDonald's has the Pokemon cards right now. Down 4 Happy Meals by myself, and
just to get cards.
Just to get cards. Yeah, it's a healthy but unhealthy obsession. It's healthy because it's not drugs, but it's not healthy for my wallet and probably my marriage. But that's okay, because she only knows. I only show her half the cards I buy.
Yeah, and it's unhealthy because you go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
that's half my diet. It's what's prevented me from getting COVID. I'm sold on that, because it's not there's something in it, man. I'm telling you. But
it's
Pokemon
that
cards,
and the fact that you do podcasts with Floridians, because we don't believe in that.
Yeah, see, so it's through the waves. It's the Pokemon cards are so nostalgic, man, because like even just the smell of them just brings me back to my childhood, just because they have that smell. It is getting bad, because now I found that Yu-Gi-Oh did a reprint of their original, so I bought a pack I bought a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have no idea what I pulled, don't know any of the names, and now it's getting bad. Now I'm gonna have to start looking for Digimon, I guess. But I'm coping with the fact that I'm just gonna have a lot of paper investment. I'm going to call them investments.
Yeah. Okay. If that helps you sleep at night, it's fine. It's funny that you say that you look into these cards and how much they're worth. So, funny story, sad story at the same time. I had from when they first came out, and I had a holographic Charizard first edition, and 2-3 years ago, it sold for $250,000. I had one. I gave it to my cousin because I thought I was too old for those.
Yeah.
And then later I found out that he traded it for a Bulbasaur.
Oh no! Oh no! That hurts even more than giving it away.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Bulbasaur was his favorite Pokemon. So suck a cock.
Not even a Venusaur. At least get a Venusaur.
Yeah. Oh, no. He had one. He had a Venusaur, but he wanted all 3 of them. Stupid asshole.
That hurts my heart.
That's it. That's my my story.
Who would have known, man? Who would have known these cards were going to be worth? It's Logan Paul's fault. Logan Paul went on whatever during COVID. It's like, oh, they're looking for the Charizard. Now he wears one around his neck. It's worth a stupid amount of money. Just like most of everything else. Just blame Logan Paul.
I do. But yeah, no. And the reason I asked you this question is because when we were recording yesterday, the Creators Club, I saw you shuffling the cards. It's like you had anxiety, so you started shuffling. And
I always got to fidget with something. If you ever watch me record, I'm always fidgeting with something. I'm messing with my ring right now. But yeah, the cards were on my desk, so I'm shuffling. Which is stupid, because they're all the cards that I was shuffling are like from 1999, because I just got these, and now I'm probably creasing them and putting dents in them. But it's just I go on autopilot and start just everything, whatever.
Yeah, it's like Lola and I went to a comic book store about 3 weeks ago, and they have a vintage section, and they go. You can find the exact same comic book like in different prices. They have 5 of them, but they're all different prices, and because they're all different grades, and you can find one that's $5, but also the last one is $150. Like, goddamn, it still says the same thing.
Yeah,
but because of someone rubbing on them or bending the pages, it's worth a lot less. And needless to say is that Lola spent $82, and they were buy one get one off.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same way that you're spending your adult money on Pokemon cards, I'm spending it on
we all need our
books.
little escape. We all need our. So just go around real quick, because I'm curious. Oh wow! What if? That's really, really cool.
It's from the 70s, and then I bought another one from the 70s. Now that I'm at home, I can actually reach them.
I took this out and Justin started heavy breathing.
What if
Because
is that a dark
He saw
side?
your hilt and got excited.
he is
Man.
from Disney, and the rest of them they sell just the hilt, but this one you have to buy the blade, or it comes in the case. And this one cost me $212.
Wow, that's worth it, man. That's a cool piece.
Yeah, definitely. And it's sitting on my desk.
I love having a job. I can do shit like this.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna quit my job today, and then I'm like, but lightsabers.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, guys, you've been listening to the Nerd Archive podcast. Make sure you find us on all social media. Link is in the episode's description. You can listen to us on most podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Now let's get back to the episode.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, because I want to go around and ask you guys real quick. So I collect a lot of things, but right now it's Pokemon cards. So Lola, is comic books your thing?
I would say comic books and
Wands.
wands for now until I get paid.
What about everybody else?
Because then I can spend more money.
I collect lightsabers and Funko Pops.
Oh, I'm a big pop guy too.
I have right now I have 135 Funko Pops.
Oh wow, what's your most expensive one? Do you know?
My most expensive one, I have two. They're not really that expensive, but they are. They don't make them anymore. I have a Darth Maul from Episode 1.
Nice.
And I have a Anakin Skywalker from Episode 3 with the yellow eyes.
Oh, that was that a Comic-Con exclusive?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. That is awesome.
Nice.
I'm a Funko guy too. I'm a little bit of everything. It's really bad because I live in a shoebox and it's bursting at the seams. But what about Yod and Justin? What do you guys collect?
Well, when they were bigger than they were, mine were Amiibo.
Amiibos. That's really
Yes.
cool. How many do you have?
To be honest, I couldn't even tell you offhand because I've got wall mounted shelves off to my left that are just loaded with them from different gaming series.
I think you might have you posted a picture in Discord of your Amiibos, right? Maybe not. I saw somebody with an impressive Amiibo collection. Maybe it wasn't you. But that's such a.
It was. I think it was your setup. I think you took a picture of your setup, and they were in the background.
And I've got a bunch of them on top of there. Yeah,
super cool. They're really cool to collect.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Yob? What do you collect?
Yeah, I do not collect anything.
I envy
specific
you.
things. I just buy expensive technology, I guess, whenever I want to.
Cool.
Like the last week, 2 weeks ago, I bought a Rodecaster Pro 2.
Okay.
For podcasting, because I'm not in Florida, but it was whenever I was gonna go to Florida, we had something to record with. Ended up returning it because it wasn't working with my streaming. But I just buy expensive stuff. I don't know.
That's a good thing to collect. Expensive tech. That's a fun thing to collect.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of share that enthusiasm with expensive tech with this monster PC behind me.
Yeah, that's really nice. You built that yourself, I assume.
Yes.
What is that? Is a liquid cooling system in there?
Yep. The
very
CPU is
nice.
liquid cooled. The graphics card is liquid cooled as well. But it's all AIO. I'm not prepared yet to get into like custom loops and things like that.
Gotcha. Very cool. So we all collect something. We all burn our money on something, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Just Yachty burns to it quicker because his
one item.
His are more expensive.
Is it like talking about Pokemon cards? Like I had my collection, when I was in elementary school when I started collecting them, and then I got this nice little card thing. I don't know, and it had like 100 pages. Half of the book was full with cards, right? And then I grew up and I feel like I'm old for it already. And then I gave it to my cousin like Lewis did. But I don't know what he did with it. And
don't ask him. Don't even.
I don't want to know because I had Charizard. I had all, the nice holographics and all that stuff. And I don't want to know.
Man.
I do have my Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have a
My
question
Yu-Gi-Oh!
for you
cards, I have them
guys.
here just in case.
Just in case. What's your question, Lola?
It's for you and Yad. Do you guys actually get and started feeling old and you were like, oh, let me give this to somebody else? Or did your mom tell you that you were too old and
My
to give
mom
them
told
away?
me.
Because I know for you, it was your
Yeah.
mom for sure. Because I know that woman. But
In
what
my
about
case,
you,
I think it was
Yadi?
just more pressure than my friends. None of them collected, and I had cards, and I was already getting into high school, and I
Okay.
had this in my closet, and getting
Oh my gosh, you bought
and
cards.
nobody else collects them. I'm like, well, I'm already too old for this, so I gave them away. You know what random thing I actually collected? I remember now. It was Dragon Ball Z postcards. Did you ever collected those, Luis?
Oh.
Like, it
No,
was
the
like this.
postcards.
Yeah, it
I
was
know
like
what you're
this
talking about.
postcards, like large ones, and I collect them, and I had like hundreds of them. And that one, I did not give it away. I don't know what happened. Maybe I sold it. I don't know.
What I used to collect also when I was a kid is these little plastic chips that used to come in the Doritos
I was just
and
going to ask you
Oh,
if
we
you
call
guys
them
Yeah.
collected
So-
those.
Tassos. Yeah. So
The
they
Tassos,
were
yeah.
these. They looked like they were the size of a dollar coin, and they were plastic. And every so often they released different series. They had Pokemon. They had
Inside
and the
of
Dorito bags.
bag.
Oh,
or
right.
I'm
Cheeto
gonna find a
bag.
picture.
So you bought the Doritos
Yeah.
just to get and they literally they were a piece of plastic, but the fact
Yeah.
that you can collect them and not only that, but you can win the chips from other kids because you put them on there was a game that you put them on the ground and then you threw yours on top of their chip, and if it flipped, you kept it.
Oh, I know the game
Yeah.
you're talking about because that was a thing when I
found a picture of them.
when I was in elementary school. Pogs.
This
Yeah. Well, what
I've
are
never
they called?
them.
Pogs?
But I love Doritos. I probably ate one of those on accident.
Maybe that's why you haven't
This
had
one's
COVID yet.
chewier than usual.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it is,
Yeah,
Justin.
but the thing was though when I played because that was a thing that I collected way back when I was in elementary school was Pogs.
Cardboard
And
and
it
book
was
caps.
and they were like trading cards made out of cardboard, and then you had
Right.
the other pieces that were either made out of plastic or metal in some cases, and that's the game that you played, and you basically put up
We're
Oh,
old,
yeah.
man. We're
Snap
old.
him.
Try explaining this to a
Yes.
little kid now.
yeah.
But where you plug it in, does it connect to Wi-Fi? What's the Wi-Fi password?
Yeah. And then going into junior high school, I got into collecting Pokemon cards and playing with the group of friends that I had, and then I moved on to because I was between that and the actual video games, which were loads of fun, and then I moved on to Yu-Gi-Oh after getting rid of those.
I still have
for a
some
time.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards right there. They're in those cubes right there. They were my wife's. They're original from when she was a kid because her mom keeps everything in a storage unit.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
started Yu-Gi-Oh late too. Like it
You
was like in 12th grade when I actually. It's funny because I got rid of Pokemon and then I started Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
But I think it was a
Right,
thing at the
Yu-Gi-Oh,
time.
yeah.
all did the
dude.
exact same thing. You ought to thumb through those and see if there's any some decent condition first edition cards there.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
from
I
the
gotta
earlier
go through
series
them.
because those could be worth some serious money. Like people go nuts over like the original stuff from the original like Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, I
set.
got two of
oh
those.
yeah,
And Red
Yeah.
Eye. And
Oh yeah,
Red Eye Black
Dark
Dragon.
Magician, or was it Dark Magician?
Yeah,
Yeah, Dark Magician.
yeah, Dark Magician.
oh yeah.
And the Dark Magician girl. But
Lady
now
Dark
that we're on
Magician or
Yu-Gi-Oh,
something,
yeah, now that we're on Yu-Gi-Oh, so this is completely random, and I'm probably alone on this. But I saw a post, and when Moon Knight was out, and someone compared Moon Knight to Yu-Gi-Oh, because he's got a split personality, and then when he does switch to his alter ego, he's an Egyptian god, and that's what Yu-Gi-Oh was. He would turn into an Egyptian god.
Oh.
So I saw that and I'm like,
no, Yugi's alter ego was a pharaoh.
Right. Thank you for debunking my. You could have just skipped that.
Killed that bit.
You know what the thing is? I was going to say thank you, Justin, for knowing the difference.
But with that being said, moving on, because now this is completely irrelevant. But thank you.
Well, no,
thank you.
I get it, dude. The concepts are similar. The concepts are similar. There's little differences, obviously, but the concept's there.
You shit on my shit, so I don't want to talk about this anymore. It is what it is. It is what it is. Before we go anywhere, I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I would like to touch on one big rumor that's the CW sold.
Oh.
And once I saw that, everything else started making sense, because a lot of these CW shows were starting to get canceled. DC. Like The Flash, it's been on for 9 seasons.
Oh.
And this is the last one. So I see that happening. I'm scared of one thing, because I'm a big Supernatural fan, and they were going to do in September. They are going to release a spinoff that has to do with their parents, the Winchester parents. So hopefully they don't scrap that. Hopefully the new.
Like they scrapped Wayward Sisters.
The Wayward Sisters. I was very sad about that. Because and not only that, but not only they canceled it, but they killed off one of the women that was going to be the main character in the show. So I'm like, God damn it! They turned her into a vampire, and they had to get rid of her. And I'm like, oh fuck. So. And that was right after they said that they were scrapping the show. I'm like, oh, maybe she fucked up. I think she fucked up somehow. And
wait, who is this?
One of I think the bigger girl. I can't think of her name.
What is she? What does she do? Is she a hunter?
She's
is she a cop? Is she the Canadian one? Oh, the blonde one?
Not the short hair one, but the long hair one. So
no,
her.
I don't remember this happening, but
fun fact: I've never seen this show.
You never seen Supernatural?
I heard it's great. I hear nothing but good things about it.
It is. Yeah, it can get repetitive, but it's a pretty good show. Every season they touch on something.
I just see it as I think it's like the version of Charm.
Yes, I can see that. But I think that. To me, it was better, obviously, because you said it's a male version. So, and I'm a male sometimes. But yeah, sometimes. But whatever. But with that being said, hopefully you don't scrap this show, because I am very excited about it, especially since in the later seasons they bring characters. They bring the mom back. Spoiler alert. Sorry, it's been out for years. So. They bring the mom back after being dead. Pretty much that's how everything starts, because the mom dies when they're kids, and now they're adults, and they bring her back.
So they're Bruce Waynes.
Yes. I don't know. But yeah.
Not quite. Add demons to the mix, and Yellow Eyes,
this is
and
Charm and Buffy
and Fire.
Yes.
Kind of.
Your rumor isn't a rumor. Nexstar seals deal to buy 75% stake in the CW. Yeah. And then Paramount and Warner Discovery are gonna retain 12.5% each.
Huh.
which means they have no say in anything.
Pretty much.
Great. So, well, first you debunked my shit, and now you
You're just shitting on his day, Justin.
Lewis, you had
I'm
a
just gonna
podcast,
go.
It's fine.
Yeah, no. Listen, Justin, I'm gonna go play with my hilt by myself.
That's okay. I have my own.
Oh no, he doesn't want your help anymore.
But all right. Well, with that being said, you guys have anything else? No.
All I gotta
good.
say is that talking about all this nostalgia, I'm so happy that because we're all relatively the same age. I'm so happy we grew up in the age that we did instead of today's kids who just are glued to their iPads playing Roblox and whatever. We actually had these really cool. I mean, look, we took those pogs, these little cardboard little circles, and had a blast with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I don't know. I wouldn't trade that for anything. So I'm happy we grew up when we did.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trading those. I was trading them everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I
Business skills. That's how they
oh
work
yeah,
harder.
no, but I agree with you, Chris, because I wouldn't change anything that I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Everything that I grew up with, and like, do they even make Tonkas anymore? You remember the Tonkas?
Yeah,
Not
they
as
just
tough,
don't
I
play with
think.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. In one of the last episodes, I said that I used to put fireworks in them just to prove a point,
Right?
and they proved a point. So it was fun. But
Those things are indestructible.
oh yeah, so well, if we don't have anything else to say, let's go around the room and see what you guys have next. Let's start off with our special guest, Chris. What do you got next?
First of all, thanks for having me on, guys. Had a really good time. Love the podcast. Love the content. Our new episode on the No New Friends podcast, we interview a pretty cool guy. He's a sponsor of the show, Jeff Kaufman. He's a huge nerd. Whenever you video call him, he's got all his superhero statues in his office and everything. He was don't know if you guys are familiar with the Tigger trial, happened in the early 2000s. But he was the lawyer for the Tigger trial and gave his closing statements in a Tigger costume to prove a point. So we talk about that. Yeah, we talk about his love for Marvel. He buys out movie theaters when the new Marvel movies comes out for everyone to go watch who can't really get out to the movies. Really cool guy. And he'll be on once a month. So this was kind of like an introduction of him. And the rest of the show is just our, us being our stupid selves. So it's a fun episode.
That's awesome. We're looking forward to that episode because when you guys interviewed what's his name from Hawkeye?
Oh, Carlos Navarro.
Carlos Navarro. He that was an awesome interview. So I'm looking
Great
forward to this
episode.
one.
He was really, really nice guy. Yeah, and some cool stories for sure.
Yeah, I keep telling Scott that is my favorite episode so far.
That's awesome
So,
because it didn't perform as
yeah.
well as we wanted it to be, which I'm sure Scott has talked to you about. So to hear
yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
really encouraging.
Yeah, and I make sure that I remind him of that too. He also has to remember that I enjoyed it because I am part of that culture.
Right.
So, and so is Justin. I don't
No
think
doubt.
that Yadi and Lola has listened to that episode, but it's an awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome episode.
Yeah, every
You should
episode's not going to
definitely
be
listen.
for everyone, but that episode was a fun one. I'm glad, people like you and people that are interested did enjoy it because it was fun. It was a really fun one to record for sure.
Especially since you are a nerd. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. It was really cool to talk to someone who was, was on set of one of my favorite Marvel shows.
that was a great show.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you again for being with us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Justin, you are going to be working.
I am working. Yeah, I'm working, but I'm also working my ass off to get back to streaming and that. And I'm going to be, I've got some stuff lined up that I want to stream when I do get back. And I haven't really solidified this decision yet, but I might be transitioning away from Twitch and going to just strictly to YouTube, similar to what Yad's doing right now. Because I think he's been doing a lot of his streaming on YouTube recently. But I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, like I said, I'm working my ass off to get back to it, and I'm chomping at the bit to be able to get back in there and give you guys the content that you want to see, more Mario Kart and good stuff like that.
Yeah, I really quick on that. Yeah, Chris, I'm surprised that he didn't ask you if you had a Switch and you wanted to play Mario Kart. Because every person that he talks to, he says that too. So
yeah,
I let someone borrow my Mario Kart. And you know, when you let someone borrow a game, you never get it back. So,
oh, geez.
Yeah.
Justin hates you for that right now.
I suppose that's good. I suppose that's good payback for raining on your parade twice this episode.
No, thank you, Chris, for giving me that.
I'll take that.
Yadi, what do you got?
I'll be streaming probably now Fortnite because my buddies have it. So we're gonna get together and play some Fortnite on. I'll be streaming on YouTube, and yeah, that's all I'll be doing. Just playing. Maybe I'll start new game soon when I get Pokemon, and when I get a card. I just bought Scarlet version of the new Pokemon game. Just have to wait till November for you guys to see it, but that's all I'll be doing.
Perfect. And Lola, you're going to be in this podcast.
I'll be here. I'm going to be here.
That's great. Hey, listen, this is a very important one. So thank you guys for being here. You can find me on Tier Factory TV on Twitch and all the social media platforms. Yadi, you can find him on all the social media platforms under Yat the Reaper. Justin on all over _TV. Chris, you can find him on the No New Friends podcast.com.
Yep, No New Friends podcast.com.
Perfect. And Lola, you can find her under Laral, LARAL 25 on Instagram. So,
Actually,
you know what? I'll shut the fuck up now. I'm glad that this is the last thing I'm saying. Thank you guys for joining us. This was a fun episode. We'll see you next week. See ya.